right, let's see. All right, that's my good morning, everyone. It's first day of the month, April Fools, April 1st, 9:32 in the morning. So market just opened 32 or 2 minutes ago, and we're here looking at what the market is going to give us. Tesla is very strong today, so that's the reason why we are watching Tesla today. I started a long position using, all right, I started a long position in Tesla with a call position. Let's see here. Make sure everything. SPY had a little bit of a pullback. We are waiting for the big news for tomorrow. Having a pullback on Tesla here. All right, we are at the VWAP for Tesla. It's a big rejection at 268. All right, we are at the VWAP for Tesla. All right, so we are connected. So that was a quick pop on Tesla. We are now below the VWAP on Tesla. So that's not ready yet. Tesla big rejection there at 267. So Tesla is creating an opening range breakdown now. Support at the pre-market low, 261. It's 261.25. Let's look at this. That's a big rejection there. Let's see if there's anything else that's moving. Rivian, not a lot of volume today. Apple at the VWAP. Inside bar, so that's not the ideal. Inside bar and Nvidia. Looking at the daily, J&J gap down. So this one could have been a good short. So J&J, let's look at the higher time frame. Yeah, J&J is still weak. Starting a small position to the short on J&J. Stop loss here is just at the VWAP. So short on J&J. Next support here is 158. Still looking at Tesla here. Tesla had that support, that closing, previous day close. So we did encounter that bounce there on Tesla. Small position here, long Tesla. J&J here, looking nice. We built a short position there on J&J. It is a gap down, so we were short bias. And then right now it is testing the low of the day. So 158, waiting for another leg down here on J&J. 58.61. Some buyers here, 148, 158.41. Come on. Took some partial there. Rejection again at 158. Tesla would like to add to my position here. J&J, we took some partial here, waiting for another leg down. So we're waiting for a bounce on Tesla as well. So we're waiting for another leg down on J&J here, 158.42. There you go. We just created a new low of the day. Took some partial there. There you go. So this is a very nice trade. So yeah, still just short of J&J. And it is giving us a very nice leg down here. Took some partial again. Tesla is doing the move that we were waiting for, which is a leg up. And we did, this is our long Tesla because we bought calls. J&J, we were short. Waiting for, let's see if this can have another leg down. Tesla had a rejection at 264. J&J is just so weak today, and we trade this kind of stocks every day. You have a gap down, it's already screaming at you that it is very weak, and that's why we were short bias on this at the open. All right, this one is preparing for another leg down here. So there's not a lot of imbalance with the level 2. Looking at the tape here, 81 still has no buyer stepping in. We are seeing prints of 70s. All right. Tesla respecting VWAP here. All right, so took some partial there on Tesla. That was a good move. J&J here, still waiting for that leg down. Okay, took another partial. So we were we've been covering like crazy here on J&J. We were able to capture this move on Tesla. It's still moving, but that's the hard thing to manage when you are looking at two stocks that are very active in the morning. So instead of partialing in Tesla with my long call, I went all out. But we were able to capture that one from 8 all the way to 9.78. This one was, we got stop out here. J&J. Waiting for another leg down on J&J here. I don't even know what the news is. So what I do is, once you're waiting for another leg down, that's the time that for me to look at the news. Johnson bankruptcy strategy. Wow. Talk victims to seek justice in trial courts. Oh wow. So yeah, some lawsuit. Took some partial again in J&J. And this J&J trade is just sprinting. All right, so now I am just gonna lower my stop loss all the way down. So while we're waiting for another trade, we are not fixated into this screen. So let's see, Tesla is not the cleanest trade. Look at this wick right here. Both sides, you have all the way up here 268 and all the way down here 258. Large wick. We were able to capture that move long using call options, but right now it's just with this big wick at the first 15. Yeah, not the cleanest move. So what we'll do is we'll look for an easier trade. But so far we have traded two stocks, Tesla options as well as J&J, and it had printed, and we were able to capture that move. J&J still is weak. Wow. So time to lower down that stop loss. switching between the 1 minute and the 5 just for the volume bar. Down that stop loss. I keep switching between the 1 minute and the 5. So we only have a couple of shares left with J&J and Tesla. Yeah, we were long earlier. We have our stop loss here in J&J and waiting for us to get stop out here. But look at the 5 minutes, 15 minutes. It's just so weak that we're just going to be trailing our stop loss here. Big rejection again. Look at the volume bar here. No one is picking up these shares at J&J. 57. Rivian. Looking at the daily. Yeah. 4.46. So this is a 50 cents move on Rivian. That's not enough for us to be able to capture a decent move there. Tesla here. Above the VWAP. This can test the high of the day, 267, 268. And then SPY just inside bar. Pre-market low, pre-market high, 558. So J&J not moving as much. We might just close our position here. But big rejection again at 157.48. So it is actively being traded at 3.4 million here. Looking at the tape here, 157.22. There's no imbalance on the tape or on the level 2. Looking at the tape, next support here is 57. So let's see, 26. Support is happening at 157.25. But look at all those prints. Prints keeps on printing just lower, 57.13. So we are going to break this support. 5701. Yeah, look at that. There's just no strength at all for J&J. 57, we are now retesting again the low of the day. $57.03. It's just, wow, look at that drop. Wow, 56.90, 80. There's no buyer stepping in here. 56.90. No buyers at all. Oh my gosh. All right, so now time to lower down the stop loss, trailing down that stop loss behind that move. 56.80, 83. This one had created a new low of the day. And wow, this might even touch the VWAP here. Now, I won't recommend having any position at J&J at this point because the daily is encountering some moving average there, as well as the 15 minutes and the 1 minute looks very overextended here. So this can just pop right back up. Is it a reversal? It's too early for reversal. It is less than 30 minutes into the market. Let's see if this is gonna stop us out here. So this one can be just short sellers covering. All right, next support is at 156.79. 156.79. Support is happening at 157. Still not a lot of volume bar there that will convince me that this is actually a reversal. This can just stop us out, but totally fine. But I would not even touch this one for a reversal. It just looks so weak. All right, waiting to get filled. Rejection again. Look at that. Rejection at, all right, so all out there with J&J. Look at the volume bar here. Volume bar is dying when it's moving up, so there's just not enough momentum for this to go up. All right, so that's pretty much it. Let's do a recap. So let's see, like 20 minutes into the trading day, or to be exact, 23 minutes into the trading day, and we're done trading. So good morning, everyone. Sorry, it was a quick trade today. It gave us a very nice opportunity for Tesla long as well as the J&J short. So what we saw with Tesla had been so active for a couple of days. So let's look at the daily of Tesla. So this is what Tesla had been doing. Tesla, looking at the higher time frame, Tesla had this massive pullback with some issues, not just with the company, but of course Musk and about the government. Big pullback with a high of 487 all the way down here to 217. With that pullback comes a lot of volatility. So what I saw with Tesla for the daily is it is up slightly from yesterday, but you can see the volume that is being traded for the day. We have 23 million volume in Tesla. So the liquidity there is there. And the way that you get to see the liquidity is look at your level 2 as well as the tape. Look at how quick that is. Let's compare that liquidity to a Rivian. Look at this one. It doesn't move as fast as Tesla. So when I saw Tesla, I've been monitoring Tesla as well for the past couple of days. This is one of the stocks that is in play. So at the open, let's look at this tiny movement here. So you have your pre-market high, pre-market low. Now, given that we are in the middle, look at how strong Tesla is. So you have a small gap up there, although it's minimal. Oops. All right, you have your gap up right there. It's respecting the VWAP. You have a pullback. This pullback right here is yesterday's or previous day's close. It respected that previous day's close level before it moved higher. Now, for us to be able to capture a move in Tesla without risking as much, what I do is I use options. So with options, I did, see here. All right, so I bought a long call on 267.5 on Tesla. So initially, I thought Tesla would just rip higher after we have that test of the VWAP. It did not. So with options, you have lower risk, but consider that you are also lower risk because you're using lower capital. Higher risk because it can move so quickly, and if you do not have a good trading software like what we're using, DAS, then you are not at the edge of trading options trade. So with Tesla, I went long, and then of course stop loss is the low of the day. So long, stop loss is low of the day. I got stop out. So that's totally fine. So at first trade, I was red here. Then I saw Tesla respecting the previous day's close level. So previous day's close level, that's the time that I start building up my position. So long, added to the position. So imagine I went long here, biggest position 812, adding to the position and all the way to 9.78. Although that's a very minimal move, but since we're using options, you have to multiply that to 100. So we only got 950 from Tesla because the first trade right here was a red trade. And we were able to capture this one, but it's only 950, which is not bad considering that we were just involved in this trade from 9:33 all the way to 9:45. So over 10 minutes, less than 15 minutes trade, we're done with Tesla. Next one is J&J. J&J hit the scanner because J&J is a very weak stock. This is the A+ setup that we talk in our class all the time. So with J&J, it is a huge gap down, and it's clear that it's a gap down when you turn off your pre-market data. So you have your huge gap down here. Right there, we are short bias. So although we were a little bit short to the party, but we can see clearly where we can put our stop loss. So we were in the middle of our Tesla trade when I saw J&J that's very weak and an A+ setup. So what we saw here was, okay, you have your VWAP. When we enter the position using the 5-minute time frame, it is already below the VWAP and our stop loss is at 159.94. It did not even get to retest that stop loss, and it just keeps going lower and looks like it's about to create a new low of the day as well. But we were trailing our stop loss and being very patient with J&J until it stopped us out. So with J&J, our initial entry here, looking at the lower time frame, let's see how much we were building up that position. All right, it's 10. There's just a lot of liquidity that happened. All right, so we started our position here and been building that position. So 158.95, starting to partial, 58.95 because that's 20 cents move, and partialing all the way. The lowest is right here, 157.26. 57.26, so more than $1 move and we built up our position all the way up here. So with that move, it gave us 3,500. So for now, that's not a one and done, but 2 trades and we're done. So we might have some more moves later on, but that's the reason why we wanted to be a day trader. We want to be done with our work less than 30 minutes and go on with our lives. So yeah, we're done, and it gave us 4,500. So with that, I hope you guys had a green trading day. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to email us out. And if you do have any other questions, please feel free to check our website out. It's called ecourseunlocked.com. We do live trade every Tuesday, and our thought process as well as recap, we share everything in our website as well. So please check our website out. It's called ecourseunlocked.com. And yeah, we have we are also into real estate, just because what you wanted to do is diversify your portfolio. So day trading is an income generator. Once you have your solid profit, you want to diversify it into real estate, a more passive one, especially if you have rentals. So that's the reason why we are into real estate as well. You can check the blog that we have there as well, and some freebies there. You can download one of our favorite strategy there for free. All we need to do is put in your email so we know where to send that PDF form. I think that's at least 20 pages PDF form. So with that, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys got something out of this recap. We do this every Tuesday, so we'll see you again next Tuesday, hopefully. And please don't forget to hit that like button. It helps us big time in spreading, the day trading education to everyone. So have a good one, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Bye for now. Is it achievement? Or is it security? Is it fulfillment? Or is it a passion? Is it a relationship, adventure, being creative, being able to do what you want at your own terms? Or just loving what you do, exploring the world, giving back, serving? Now the list can go on and on. What's the common denominator here? All of this require time. And if we will spend 90,000 hours at work, which is the average number of hours a person works in their lifetime, then who has the time to do all this? 24 hours in a day isn't coming to an end. 24 hours is all that we're going to get. Now, wish you could have more time so you can focus on what matters most. What would you do if you have more time in your hand? What would you do if money is not the driving force for you to work? What if you have to get up in the morning, not because you have to clock in at work? What if you have to roll out of your bed to do what you love to do? For instance, for you to travel, spend time with your loved one, follow your passion, maybe do a volunteer work. Did you ever dream of reclaiming more time in a day, or ever wanted to start your own business so you can experience more autonomy, not having to report to a boss, and having the liberty to make your own decision or your own schedule? And I am not talking about retirement. Every day, we get a fresh 24 hours to make that decision on how we would spend that 24 hours. Every day, we are in a crossroad. Our decision will determine our future. In day trading, you can reclaim more time from your day by cutting the working hours to less than 10 hours per week, so you can focus on what matters most. Because honestly, for some, that 10 hours is only their commute time per week to work. After all, we all have seen this ad before. So reclaim more time through day trading so you can focus on what matters most. After all, we are all in a borrowed time, so make it count. Click the link below to learn how to day trade for a living. My name is Mary and I'm a day trader. So what do you value the most? Is it family? Is it your relationship? Is it health? Is it growth? Or maybe a status? Or maybe a popularity? Is it achievement? Or is it security? Is it fulfillment? Or is it a passion? Is it a relationship, adventure, being creative, being able to do what you want at your own terms? Or just loving what you do, exploring the world, giving back, serving? Now the list can go on and on. What's the common denominator here? All of this require time. And if we will spend 90,000 hours at work, which is the average number of hours a person works in their lifetime, then who has the time to do all this? 24 hours in a day isn't coming to an end. 24 hours is all that we're going to get. Now, wish you could have more time so you can focus on what matters most. What would you do if you have more time in your hand? What would you do if money is not the driving force for you to work? What if you have to get up in the morning, not because you have to clock in at work? What if you have to roll out of your bed to do what you love to do? For instance, for you to travel, spend time with your loved one, follow your passion, maybe do a volunteer work. Did you ever dream of reclaiming more time in a day, or ever wanted to start your own business so you can experience more autonomy, not having to report to a boss, and having the liberty to make your own decision or your own schedule? And I am not talking about retirement. Every day, we get a fresh 24 hours to make that decision on how we would spend that 24 hours. Every day, we are in a crossroad. Our decision will determine our future. In day trading, you can reclaim more time from your day by cutting the working hours to less than 10 hours per week, so you can focus on what matters most. Because honestly, for some, that 10 hours is only their commute time per week to work. After all, we all have seen this ad before. So reclaim more time through day trading so you can focus on what matters most. After all, we are all in a borrowed time, so make it count. Click the link below to learn how to day trade for a living.